My name is Sal Talarico. I'm the finance director for the City of Oberlin. I've been the finance director for 22 years. And today I'm here, first of all, to thank Matthew Roberts from Oberlin Weekly for putting this public service announcement together and getting it out to the community so they understand better what the two levies that are on the ballot in November are all about. And that's what I'm here to talk about, issues 37 and issues 38. The issue 37 is a 10-year, 0.6% income tax levy. It generates about $1.9 million a year. Again, that goes to the general fund. Issue 38 is a 0.2% income tax levy. It's a 5-year levy, and it generates about $647,000 a year. Combined, it's about $2.6 million. Those levies are, as I mentioned, general fund. And you may ask, what kind of services are provided by the general fund? We pay for police services, we pay for fire services, rescue services through the fire department. In particular, if there's an accident, our fire department goes out and helps extricate. Of course, the ambulance district goes, but our fire department typically goes to help support those situations and those accidents. Our parks, of course, are supported through these levies in the general fund. Code enforcement, which is important to make sure that our buildings are sound, and then of course our cemetery operations. Not to mention there's all sorts of other departments, including buildings and grounds that helps take care of our streets.
And this is very good information and important information. You said this is a renewal, so how much are my taxes going to increase?
That's a great question, Matthew. You're absolutely right. These are renewals. They're not increasing, the percentage is not going to be increased with these renewals. There's no increase to the 0.6 is currently in place. We're asking for it to be continued. The 0.2 is currently in place, and we're asking that to be continued as well. No increase in the total percentage. So the only time that would change is if wages change, if the individual wages would change.
Okay, so we're not asking for increases in taxes, and we're asking to continue the wonderful services that the city provides for the parks, police, fire, code enforcement. Okay.
That's correct. And as you and I have talked before, these are quality of life services that we provide through the general fund. Quality of life, to improve the quality of life for not just our residents, but those that visit the community and those that work here in the community. All those services help make that quality of life better for all of those individuals. And so that's why it's so important that the voters support this, and we certainly appreciate all the support that the community and the voters have provided for decades to the community. And I think that why you all have been so supportive is because you see the fruits of your taxes. You see them out throughout the community. You enjoy the services that the city provides, and you trust that we're doing the right thing. So for that, my gratitude and the gratitude of the entire community.
Sal, the Oberlin Police Department are a big part of our community. Does those general fund renewals support them?
Absolutely, Matthew. The general fund renewals help support the police and fire, as we talked about earlier. But our police operations are here over at City Hall. Obviously, if there's an emergency call, they're out to help. If there's assistance needed, whatever situation, call the police. Our dispatchers are here. They're not in some other community dispatching calls to us. If you call the police dispatch here in Oberlin, you're getting a local dispatcher. We have them here 24/7. Our police officers are here 24/7 to serve the community. And they're here to serve businesses as well if they need help with any advice on security. Not to mention the schools. We're heavily involved with the schools and our DARE officer and all of our other programs. So absolutely, our police department is funded through the general fund, and there's so much that's involved in the police department that makes this community the wonderful community that it is.
Does the general fund also help the fire department?
It does, Matthew.
the fire department operations, all of our firefighters, their daily operations, including some of their equipment. Obviously, we have capital funds to pay for things like the ladder truck and the rescue trucks. But the personnel that come out and help our residents, or help our businesses, do fire inspections, those are all paid. Those are all expenses that are paid from the general fund. And you know, when we were at the police station, the cars say protect and serve. Same thing could go for the fire department. We're here to protect and to serve the public. And again, residents, visitors, and those that work here in Oberlin.
Sal, what about Parks and Recreation? Does the general fund help maintain this too?
Absolutely, Matthew. The city's general fund helps maintain the city's parks. Of course, we're here at Hamilton Street Park, and it's one of our gems of the community. We have our baseball fields, we have our soccer fields, plenty of open space here for kids to have fun, not to mention our play set here for the children. And absolutely all of the maintenance here and programs that are run here are paid through the general fund. Again, the 2 levies that are up for renewal this November.
So Sal, is it safe to say that we're not just talking about an ask for renewals of 2 levies? We're asking for help with people, services, recreation, all the key things that the community, as you call it, quality of life services, really need.
It's exactly what it's for, Matthew. We're here at the park, obviously, but recreation programs through our director, Ian Yarber, those are all supported by the general fund. And of course, that increases the quality of life, or improves the quality of life for all of the kids and even adults that participate in our recreation programs. And again, of course, our beautiful parks here in Oberlin.
Well, Sal, thank you very much. You certainly educated me on what the general fund is, what it supports, taking me to these beautiful locations, essential services, all the places that this community desperately depends on, especially in emergency situations. So thank you so much for taking some time out of your important day to really help the community understand the impact of these 2 renewals. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for doing this, and thank you to the Oberlin residents for supporting the community as much as you have in the past. City government definitely appreciates it so much. Again, thank you.